Airplane story. Family tries to trick me into switching to the middle. I just gotta say, even I can't believe that this actually happened to me. It's so ridiculous. A couple of years ago, I was on a fully booked international flight. The flight was gonna be 8 hours, and it was one of those big planes with 3 rows, 3 seats on each side and 4 in the middle. I was in economy, sitting alone in the aisle seat of one of the side rows. A couple with their already unhappy toddler walks up, and the wife and kid sits down in the middle row beside me. The dad looks around distraught, talked to his partner, and asks me if I could switch seats with him so he could sit with his family. I was reluctant, but asked him what seat he had. To my surprise, he said he had a seat in business class, so of course I said, absolutely. I started to get up and grab my luggage, but once I stood up, he was like, wait, my wife actually wanted to go sit up there, can you take her seat instead? I said no, I'm not switching to the middle row and being blocked into a middle seat by a screaming toddler. And you said you wanted to sit with your family? The dad got all defensive and switched up, holding up traffic during this entire interaction BTW, raising his voice going on about how I said I could switch seats with them, and how it's not fair to his wife who had planned on taking his seat up in business class. Not my proudest moment, but I was starting to sass back at him. I'm pretty sure I asked him something along the lines of if he had any extra of whatever drugs he was on, because it had to have been some top-notch stuff for him to be acting so crazy in public. At this point, a flight attendant had finally squeezed her way up to us and asked why we weren't taking our seats. Before I could say anything, this man had the audacity to say that I had offered to take his wife's seat, and now I wasn't cooperating. I called bullshit. Thankfully, the passenger sitting behind me backed me up, and the flight attendant was not in the mood to play. She asked to see his ticket, told me to grab my luggage, and escorted me up to his seat. Needless to say, I had a very nice flight after that.